Hi everybody, welcome to another exciting episode of the Gadget Lab podcast. I am Roberto Baldwin.
And I'm Alexandra Chang.
First off, we're going to talk about Windows phones.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about, they're selling them now, their pricing, what's going on?
Definitely not selling them yet, that's for sure. But basically Nokia today released all this pricing and availability dates for the Nokia Lumia 920 and 820, which it announced earlier this month. And those are the two flagship Windows Phone 8 devices coming from Nokia this year. And what they've done is released European pricing. And what we've learned from the European pricing is that these phones are expensive, and that means Windows Phone 8 has another drawback to it.
Because now they're competing against well-known phones like the iPhone,
right.
Samsung Galaxy, whatever. There's like 15 of those.
So what we've seen is that the 920 is probably going to cost around $800 US. Unsubsidized, no tier contract or whatever. And these are European prices, so this is like conversion rates and everything. But that puts it at more expensive than the Samsung S3 and around the same as the iPhone 5. US prices unsubsidized are definitely going to be lower, and with a 2-year contract, that'll mean, even cheaper. So we're thinking it's going to cost around the same as the iPhone 5 and Galaxy S3 in the US on US carriers.
Which is unfortunate for Windows Phone because Samsung Galaxy X3 and the iPhone are both big names. Everybody knows about these phones. Everybody knows about their operating systems, whereas Windows Phone is still trying to kind of break through and get out of 4th place. And so
Windows Phone is behind RIM at this point. They have 3%, around 3% market share, which is kind of a little bit sad. And I think that they acknowledge that it's sad, they as in Microsoft. So they're hoping that Windows Phone 8 will change those numbers and get more adoption. But the fact that these phones are going to cost the same as phones that everybody loves and knows is sort of hard to imagine consumers being like, yeah, I'm going to go with a Windows Phone when I can spend the same amount of money and get an iPhone.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough sell.
Right, they're going to have to do a lot of marketing. And that's pretty much it for the Windows Phone news. These are going to be available in November, so they'll be here in time for the holiday season.
So in e-reader news, the Kindle Paperwhite, we finally got our hands on one of these puppies. They are available beginning October 1st. Actually, they'll be shipped October 1st. Right now, if you try to order one, October 22nd, because everybody's buying these things. But this is the brand new Paperwhite. This is Amazon's answer to the Nook Glow Light.
So what do you think compared to the Nook?
Compared to the Nook, just the screen itself, the contrast, the lighting, it's better. It's Amazon's really put a lot of work into making this a great looking screen. The adjustments for the lighting are pretty exciting. You can do this all day. It's a much better capacitive touch screen than the old Kindle Touch. Now, something that's cool that Kindle has done is they've evened out the light for the most part. It's evenly distributed better than the Nook. The Nook, you can kind of see lines. And so all the lights are on the bottom instead of the top, which the Nook has lights on top. So while you're reading it, if you read it at an angle, you're going to see these lights. And according to Amazon, that's going to cause fatigue.
Right.
But you can see the lights down here at the bottom. That is one of the things. I mean, they're a bit more faint than on the Nook Color or the Nook Glow Light. And something that you can't see on film, but something I really like is the texture of the actual screen. The texture itself is really nice.
Is it smooth? Oh,
it's got like a nice, like rough, like almost like a hard cardstock like feel to it. So it's much different where this, which is a little slick.
So who should be buying this device right there?
Okay, if you read at night in any way and you are tired of lugging that Kindle Fire or an iPad or whatever into bed with you, this is a pretty sweet deal. It's a really nice book. It's a really nice e-reader. I wish it had buttons for. It's still the sort of, I'm a big fan of buttons on my e-readers. Touching the screen means when I do this to pick up the e-reader, I'm accidentally going to the wrong page. But it's pretty light, it's pretty thin. If you're an e-reader fan like myself, this is kind of a no-brainer.
Great, so you'd say that's probably the best e-reader on the market now?
Yes, I haven't been able to get my hands on the Kobo.
Oh, okay.
They have a new light up e-reader, glowing e-reader. I haven't got my hands on it, so I can't totally say that it's the best on the market, but it's the best one I've used. And I was a huge fan of the Nook with glow light, and I think this one, it looks better. The lights are much nicer. So.
And as far as we know, Amazon probably has the best ecosystem. So in terms of books.
And in terms of books, everything, if you're part of that ecosystem, if you're Prime, if you're Amazon Prime, then this is a no-brainer because you get free books you can read, you can borrow, and that sort of thing. So if you have an e-reader and you don't read at night and you don't really care, you can still stick around with the old one. I mean, I still have the old.
And that one costs like
this one
only $80
now they're calling it the $69.
Oh, $69.
Kindle. This is actually the previous version. This isn't the brand new one, the $69, but it's basically the exact same Kindle. You can check out the full review. It's on the Gadget Lab right now. So as soon as this video is over, just go click it around 5, 6, 7 times until you find it.
Great. Well, that's it for today.
That is it. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week with another exciting episode of the Gadget Lab podcast. Bye.